Good morning. Good morning. Today is April 29th.
Yep.
And we're at the water in 4 Mile. I don't know if this is a spring or canyon. They're like right next to each other. Whatever it is. It's good agua. This is where I ran to last night. And we're up and out of camp before 7, so pretty good. So we have about 1,000 more feet to climb up towards Copper Mountain. Cottonwood Mountain. And then we start dropping down the backside. So yeah, today should be a little bit easier. We should have a little bit of climb, then straight descent, and we join a 2-track for a good amount of the day. So yeah, we should be able to get some miles in. Good stuff. Good stuff. It is freezing cold water. Not much else to say. Besides, we're gonna go hike maybe today. Probably. I guess. Sure. Go hike.
Let me change.
Give me 1 second, and then can you please say what you just said again?
You made that way harder than it needed to be.
Yeah, I did. So, from from Cottonwood Spring. Nope. Canyon Spring.
4 Mile Canyon.
4 Mile Canyon Spring. I didn't see the trail. It's still not great, so just bushwhack straight up this little mountain.
You picked the only spot with loose scree, like the only spot that has loose scree and it's difficult to climb. That's where he went.
Z understands your pain. I'm a scree hound.
Don't understand you.
I like scree. So yeah, we went straight up this little thing. Found trail-ish, so.
Can you stop filming so I can take my shirt off?
Yes. Good first climb of the day. Finally getting a glimpse of the big poppies we're going into. That's Coronado Wilderness. Baby, what's that wilderness called? What? What's the wilderness called that starts with a P? Pitaleno. I was close. I was wondering when we could see him because we actually peak out on like 10,000 feet somewhere over there. So finally can see him. Yay. We're at like 6,800 right now, 69. Climb up to 72, start dropping. Beautiful viewpoint on the backside, looking into the wilderness that we just looped through. Beautiful.
Oh yeah, good.
That rock outcropping is probably even better. But our trail goes this way, about like 0.1 from starting our drop down. Alrighty then, so we are at the top of the climb, at least in the Santa Teresa's, 7,200 feet, and now we start aggressively dropping. I use that term not lightly. We aggressively drop, and then connect into there. Then I think that's the range that we're going to. So today, like I said earlier, going to be filled with straight down and then straight back up with a little smidge of kind of a 2-track in between. But we just sat up here, took a quick break, soaked in the view, and booked our stay in Safford, Arizona, because Magpie always gets hotel FOMO. Right?
You get hotel FOMO. You always think that the hotel we didn't get would be the better hotel.
Yeah, so there's so many options. I like when we just walk into a town and there's one place to stay. The fact that there's like 10 in Safford made me like really FOMO-y. I hate the fact that I use that word, but that's what it is. It makes me fear that I'm missing out on a better hotel. So we got to stay right across from the Walmart. Should be good.
There's an Arby's there and a Jack in the Box.
There's so many fast food joints around there.
That's partly why I was like, do this one.
Yeah.
It's closer to the food.
Oh, it's way closer to the food. There's a KFC there too.
Oh, yeah.
So we booked it for Monday. Today is Friday?
Yes.
So that gives us 4 days to do 70-ish miles, which should be fine.
Should be fine.
It should be fine. But you don't know, so time to go schwack down the mountain. You look dirty.
I'm covered in soot. And I'm cold up here, actually.
Yeah, we should get going.
Yeah. I'm excited for you, Steve.
Yeah, me too.
You're getting new shoes?
No, I just wanted to say me too. Signs of agua. About, I don't know, I'm gonna just tell you the elevation and then you can figure out where it is on the map.
We're right at the Santa Teresa Wilderness boundary.
There you go. NightQuest says we're right at the Santa Teresa Wilderness boundary. 5,800 feet-ish. So yeah, there's agua if you need it. There's also cow prints. Makes me happy. Yeah. Alright, so we found our 2-track. I guesstimated this morning it was only about a mile away, and I was pretty accurate.
Yeah, you're only off by 4 or 5 miles.
Only off by how many?
4 or 5.
Yeah, pretty accurate guess. So, 2-track stepping for, I don't know, a good little bit. That was a wilderness area. I will give them that. I will give them that. Alright, so the 2-track that you saw very much disappears very quickly. Up towards the Northern Spring, we're about 0.1 from that on the map. It's mostly wash or very washed out, thick, brushy, not 2-track, like mostly single track-ish.
The old road is basically a trail.
Yeah, the old road's basically a trail, what she said. A really thick trail, so don't expect 2-track stepping yet. You'll get there, but not yet. All right, so this is Northern Spring. It's not on the water report, but it's here. Yeah, not on the water report, but as you can see, it's flowing out of there. Not looking great through there, but that looks pretty good. So yeah, Northern Spring, you can fill up here. Time for a little bit of gate walking. This road to connect into the Klyondyke Rd that brings us into the next wilderness, don't expect cruising. It's a lot of deep wash walking, and if you're not, yeah, and if you're not deep wash walking, it's very pokey. So yeah, we're about half a mile, a little bit more from the actual road, I guess, maybe.
Gone through that gate over there that's open and joined up with this road.
Yeah, but this was funner.
Yeah.
More fun. All right, as soon as you turn off Klyondyke Rd and start taking the 2-track towards the wilderness area, you pass a stock pond that actually looks pretty good. It's not on the water report. Again.
Is this not register tank?
Oh, you think this is register tank?
I think it might be.
This might be actually register tank. Yes, you might be right. This might be register tank.
Let me check the water report.
Looks like pretty good water. Alright, so it's 12:52. We're a little bit past the Indian Spring Junction that puts you on this 2-track. There was a main 2-track continuing past it, and that's it up there. I wonder if it just reconnects you into it. But yeah, there are tanks. After that first tank of water I showed you, there's actually metal tanks that are in a wash back there, maybe half a mile before Indian Spring. Yeah, there's also a lot of signage up around there that I don't know what that's about. So yeah, you'll probably see what I'm talking about. And I don't know, maybe you might know better than me. So yeah, we're gonna go find a lunch spot, maybe in a wash somewhere. Yeah, all this does is just connect back into the main road. So yeah, I don't get this, but oh well, we'll walk some roads. All right, it's like 1:30. We found ourselves some nice shade. Just ate, and now just taking a little, or lunch kind of siesta. Just did the math, and like we're about 56 miles from getting into Safford. So we have the rest of today. We have a full day of hiking tomorrow, full day of hiking Sunday to do like 50 miles, and then Monday, the 4th day, eat whatever changed. So should be fine. If we can do 10 more miles about today, that just puts us in doing 20s, like right at 20s, not like low 20s or even mid 20s, just literally 20 miles a day, to be in a good spot to get into Safford on Monday. So yeah, not really stressing it. We know this wilderness section is going to be hard, but should be able to get it done. So just relaxing, eating up some good shade. Climbing. Into a new mountain range we go. Bum, bum, bum. We are getting closer to the Schwack. We have to do a mile of Schwack up one of these hills somewhere. We are getting closer. So I believe this is Holdout Canyon tank. I'm not positive, but I believe so. Right before the Schwacky Attacky. Magpie says this is indeed it. I can't see the top because I'm not that tall. But I'm gonna poke my head up. Alright, so there is water. There you go. Don't drop the phone, Constantine. Climbed up to the top too. You can put your feet on these little lug nutties. The Schwack's about to start.
Yeah, we got about half a mile till the Schwack starts.
Are you excited?
No.
So this is the other tank at Holdout. There's a good one up there that we were just looking at. This is the one time that water is actually fighting us to access a good water. Because if you look, when I press that down, you can see underneath. I think you should be able to see. You can see underneath. There you go. That water's moving. So if this tank was dry and you push that float valve, you'll be able to get no filter, no problem. But it's full, so nope, can't do. All right, we're just sitting here, filtering water, minding our own business, trying to get upset because Magpie makes me filter water nowadays, which is upsetting in its own right.
Would you drink this unfiltered?
I would, yes.
Ew.
So I filtered a liter, chugged it, just sitting here, and then I started hearing something playing around in the tank up there. That pipe started putting out fresh water. So I ran, climbed my little lug nutties, and got a full lead. And then as soon as I got a lead of no filter, no problem, it stopped. That was really interesting. So I guess if you sit here, eventually it'll start just running. It could have been doing something with pushing that float valve down over yonder.
We did that about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, we did that a while ago. I mean, when we pushed that, we came back over here and had enough time to grab a liter and filter it and drink it. And then whatever that did started, I guess. Yeah, that was cool. I thought I would throw that in there. Yeah, we still gotta go do the Schwack. I'm so excited. You got a straw hanging out your mouth, cutie. Do you notice it? Oh, you don't, do you?
Doesn't care.
You're so cute. Go get your water. Didn't your mama ever teach you manners after you eat? Make sure you wipe your mouth. All right, so we can see the future of our schwack. That is Dick's Point, where my right trekking pole is. What we're gonna do for the schwack is go, well, this way. Go this way, get to this little hump, and then follow that hump up to that, and then cut across to there. So it looks easy on the film, but it's a good 800 feet climb, do some schwacky stuff, so let's go get it. All right, we are officially on Big Bertha, what I like to call Big Bertha. She's this one right here. We had to do a little cross country from over yonder. And now we go climb Big Bertha. She looks cute. She looks real cute.
I don't like this.
Oh, it's gonna be fun.
I'm surprised you didn't make more out of Dick's Peak.
Why would I?
Fair.
Why would I possibly make any type of reference to anything like that?
Perfectly ordinary name.
It is.
Yep.
She got a little brushy. Still not bad though. Getting close to the top of our first pedumple. The rumple on top of the pedumple. Getting close. All right, so we got over our first hump. We're at like 5,200 feet. I would even go as far to say there's some pseudo game trail slash single track on this. So far it has not been fully schwacky. Like, I don't know if you can pick up what's right ahead of me. It's this type of stuff. Like, you gotta push through some brush, but then you get to a clearish patch. Then you kind of twist. I don't know. So far it's been a pretty smooth schwack. Could change, but so far so good. I'm getting to the point that I don't know, in all honesty, if I would even call this a bushwhack. Yeah, it's brushy. It has its moments, but with the Grand Enchantment Trail hikers that do this, there's really only one, sometimes a few feasible lines to the top. You're following the spine of these ridges. So from the foot traffic or the water runoff, what have you, there's always seems to be like a clear-ish route. Granted, you push through stuff like you just see Magpie doing, but it's not really a schwack. It's like somewhat trail. So, good stuff. We're at like 5,500, 5,600 feet. Here's a new view for you. Look at those big mountains. Oh yeah, buddy. Those are some hefty ones. About to get into some good stuff. Santa Teresa, all the way over there, Wilderness. And we're in the next range. Beautiful. All right, so this is the junction of Bellows Canyon Road. Regular route goes that way, and then the alternate goes this way. So we're doing the alternate up Singing J Canyon.
It's Bluebird alternate.
Yes, that one. You have to go this way anyway to get to the water, so we're gonna go get the water for the night. Again, this one, the regular route, it just, I don't know, it meanders a little bit more around the sides of the mountain. Blue Jay cuts up quicker.
And it goes through like goes over like a trail that doesn't really exist anymore, and it's a lot of thick bushwhack as well.
Yeah.
Not that we're opposed to that, but in the guidebook, the author suggests that like, if you're through hiking, you should probably take this alternate that we're about to do because there's more water and there's actually a trail there.
Yes.
So that's what we're doing.
And also, we're making this section longer because of the alt around Ash Creek by like 16 miles. So don't feel bad about doing this. Feels like the right way. So I was gonna zoom in on Magpie's stomach because
my little belly was hanging out.
Yeah.
My little tummy pooch.
Yeah.
I'm so pudgy.
You're cute.
I'm so pudgy.
You're cute.
bulking season was kind to me.
You're very cute.
Uh-huh.
All right, so this is Trip Canyon Canal. Canal. Canal.
It's not a canal.
Canal.
It's a canyon trough.
Maybe I'm getting more stupid the older I get.
I have no comment.
Oh, rude.
There's water in it.
Little bit off trail, but there is aguas, and this is the last agua for like 14 miles or so. So
On the regular route.
on the regular route, so get it while the getting's good.
This one looks terrible.
No. Filter.
Filter time.
I would actually go no filter.
Really?
Maybe.
It's pretty green.
Yeah. So a little update. If you open up this tank and then push the float valve down, you can barely fit your water underneath it, and it'll just pump it right in there. So you can go no filter, no problem. Pretty nice. You just got to angle it correctly. Sweet. All right, just wanted to point it out. A lot of great camp spots along the way to the water. So if your miles link up, really beautiful camp spots, like a lot of them. So you got your pick. But our goal is to climb. Give us a little bit more climbing, baby. Let's get it. All right, so the alt turns off the main road and begins up Sawmill Canyon. So looks like a pretty gradual climb. Doesn't look too bad. About 1.5 miles up to the spring. I forget its name. Blue Jay Trail area. So that's kind of our goal for camp tonight. So 1.5 miles up ish. Depends how this trail turns out to be. So far it's 2-track, but it says it does not stay this way. Let go. Beautiful trail through Sawmill Canyon. Nice, shaded, well, it's late in the day anyway, but just beautiful trail. It's nice. It's really, really, really beauty. All right, so this is the junction of Sawmill Spring. I think it's pretty close by that way. Trail goes that way, nice cairn marks it up the slope. There might be a spot to camp in here. We're about 0.3 or 0.4 from the top, another 300 feet of elevation gain. Well, potential top where we connect back into the 2-track. But it's 6:58. I think I already said that. I know Magpie is pretty toasted for the day, so I'm gonna wait here, check in with her, see what's up there. I would like to get to the top, but I know she's pretty toasted. I've said this before in videos, and I'll say it again. When you're hiking with a partner, romantic-wise, friend-wise, whatever have you, or trail family, it's never a singular decision. You always respect the other people's decisions and make a decision together. I've said that in many videos, but I like to reiterate that fact because that's where people can sometimes get a little frustrated. But if you just have a conversation and enjoy the hike, it's not a worry. So I've said it before, but I like to say it again. All right, so you're not gonna be able to see much. I mean, if I had my headlamp out, maybe, but I don't do that because I don't know why. But we made it up to dry tank-ish. Dry tank's actually 0.1 that way. Highly recommend pushing to up here instead of camping down at that spring, because the spring's super rocky. Extra 0.2, 0.3 brings you up here, and there is beautiful camping. I'll show you in the morning of tomorrow. It's just a wide open spot with fire pits, beautiful pines, Wagyu style camping. So we're gonna start cooking because super hungry. So good job, Magpie, on the push. A+.
I'm tired.
I know.